why I was kind of anonymous.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
the main reason I did it was just I wanted people to kind of look at the art first and not, they don't have to see the person, and they can also get a feeling for my personality from tweets or whatever. And
And
so
do you
they
think
can
that's easier? Like, do you think it's easier or more difficult to sell your work being anonymous?
um it's hard to say because I know there are other like anonymous people that are like killing it, I'm sure. Um but I do feel like that kind of person is more like I feel like when you're anonymous, it only really works if people think you're somebody, you know?
What
Like
do you mean by that?
so there's this DJ producer Mala, Malaa, and he has this like balaclava on, and all these, there's just speculation about who he is, and so people are thinking he's DJ Snake or God, what's the other guy's name? Mercer. So they're just thinking he's all these different people, and that's kind of what is driving the like mystique. Um, and that's what. So I think it doesn't exactly work for me because nobody's
It
nobody's
has,
assuming
though.
nonsense.
Has worked.
Maybe not that I know of though. But yeah, I just wanted to be kind of have it be the art first, and the person later, which is now. Because I do want people to know who I am, I guess.
Wow.
And
And thank you for giving me the opportunity to
yeah,
do this now. I'm very excited that you chose for this YouTube video, and thank you so much.
yeah, thanks for having me.
And do you want interesting that you said if you're anonymous, if you're not too sure, like if it helps, like if it helps you like now, or like I wonder, for instance, your collectors are both of them are anonymous, aren't they? Like even
I think,
yeah,
yeah, I know Aito has done interviews,
yeah.
and so I can't remember. I should know this, being his collectee, uh, but I don't think that he's revealed his name or anything like that. He
I've
might have.
definitely heard them on like
Yeah, he's
Twitter
spoken for
Spaces
sure.
and Clubhouse, but I don't think I know his name. But I've heard him a ton of times everywhere. But yeah,
Mhm.
that's interesting. Even if you didn't know his name, but he mightn't have ever like revealed his face, such as what you're doing
Yeah,
now. So
yeah,
no, I actually really like respect that you want your art to speak for yourself as well. And I think the NFT space is perfect for this. I
yeah,
think
yeah.
it's actually nearly more popular to have anonymous artists than the face, and I love that because it's kind of more difficult to say find out about people, but it's definitely more interesting, and you need to have the interest there in order to want to buy someone's work, and that
Yeah.
just proves you're already doing it by getting to famous collectors. So bravo.
Yeah, I guess, it works,
Yeah.
like, not having that immediate, you know, human presence, so but it's, yeah, I do wanna, just I don't wanna start being me too much as far as just, like, involving every single thing in this project, but it's good to put, like, a face on it, I guess.
Eventually, and you've done that
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
You won't have your profile photo. You won't have like your face as your profile photo on Twitter anytime soon, anyway.
I might, I don't know. I might.
Oh,
But
really? Oh,
I'm thinking of doing something with this design here. Maybe like project it or some, I don't know,
you could
I'll
have
figure it out.
like a cool texture with the actual, maybe the
Yeah.
side of your face, like with the same colors. That could look really cool. Like just
Yeah.
the bubble is like distorted, nearly distorted
Maybe
into.
maybe that will be a piece itself.
Hey, Yes, and we need to do a collab together, please, because
Oh
I like
yeah.
love your
Oh,
work, and like I wouldn't have accepted,
likewise.
to do the interview as well, like unless I
Oh
really love
really?
your work. Yeah, no, 100%. So I'd love to do
Thank
a collab. And if you've done, like I think it's actually easier to sell work as well when you do a collab because you have
you.
twice as much effort, twice as much
Yeah.
marketing, twice as much everything. So it's easier, and especially with FND, you can like split.
Yeah, the split right before I did
Yeah,
that collab with the photographer, they had just released the split feature, and it was like perfect timing. Even though it hasn't sold yet, but it's
yeah.
still awesome.
Oh no, revealing yourself as artist first, human after.
Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah. Well, thanks so much, Jocko, for actually agreeing to do the interview with me today. And I can't wait to find out more about your future collectors and future artwork that you're going to collect, because I'm sure you're going to invest in so much artwork and
Oh
hopefully,
yeah, we didn't even
yeah,
talk about that. Like
yeah,
that's a huge part. I don't
yeah,
know if we want to like
yeah, sure,
stitch this in or whatever.
yeah,
Um, but when I made that sale, that was like, the amount that it was, I was like, okay, I can finally, reinvest this
yeah.
in the community. And I did get this really great piece from this artist, Anthony Ventura.
Hmm.
Um, you can see it if you go to my foundation profile, it's in my collected. But it's just, he's insane. And it's crazy to me because he hasn't made a sale on foundation as far as I know. And I feel like his work is just like levels above a ton of people. It's just really detailed, like kind of tattoo-esque, like hand-drawn art. But yeah, I collected that, and I really want to do more, but obviously I have to think about my bills and everything. So I have collected on hen as well, because it's really easy to do that there. um, but I want to get to the point where I can start buying stuff that it's a little bit more expensive and that can help artists like live off of. That's definitely like a goal. So
If you could like flip work like constantly, and I think that's the main thing about NFTs. You're helping the artists and you're most definitely helping the collector. It's like
mhm,
nearly a fair share because you, the artist, get royalties and then the collector can make
yeah,
a shit ton in one sale.
yeah,
So both people are equally happy, to be honest. But I really hope that you will be able to, because I think all artists will eventually become collectors, even if you don't intend to be a collector. I
yeah,
think you do. It's just nearly part of the process to become a collector. Like you feel like it's in your right to kind of give back to the community as well. So like I'm
yeah,
delighted to hear that you have collected someone's work and you really like, you talk about it as in you absolutely like adore his work as well, which is
yeah,
lovely to see.
yeah, yeah. And I want a ton more
Yeah.
people that I can do that. Like there are already like a group of people and people that I see on Twitter that I would love to just throw my money at, but you know, it'll have to I have to wait until I'm a little more stable.
That's completely fair, and NFTs aren't going anywhere anytime soon. So I think you'll
Yeah,
have a long time. Hopefully, though, if there's one particular work that you like as well, hopefully someone else doesn't buy it. That's the only thing.
I know.
Yeah,
I was surprised when I bid on his piece because it's just so incredible, and I was like, somebody's gonna outbid me for sure,
yeah, yeah.
but nobody did, and I was like, okay, it's
That's it.
mine.
You're afraid to nearly advertise, oh, I just bid on this
Yeah,
piece, because you're actually advertising for someone else to then
yeah,
outbid you, and that could cost you more money. So I think it's wise to kind of stay quiet
I
until
think
it's
I did.
yours.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, I wouldn't do that. I've seen a lot of people do that though. I'm like, why? That doesn't make
yeah.
sense.
I mean, it's I get why, because they want this person to to make more money.
Make more money. Yeah, yeah.
But at the same time, it's like I I want this piece.
Yeah, no, I'm very stubborn. If I'm bidding on something, I want it, so I like keep quiet. But it is really nice. You're obviously helping the artist. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're nicer than me. You're definitely nicer than me. I
Well,
didn't
no,
even.
I think I did the same thing as you, but
Yeah,
I understand where the
yeah,
people who are advertising it are coming from.
yeah.
But I did in fact keep it quiet, I think. I remember right.
That's so funny. Oh my god. Yeah.
I actually would like to figure out what my like where I come out on the end as far as how much I've put into it versus
True.
how
Yeah.
much I've gotten out. I think I'm in the positive because of that sale is just so big, but
I hope
I
you are.
definitely put I definitely put like hundreds of dollars probably,
Yeah.
if not more.
And it's addictive, isn't it? Like
Mhm.
it's addictive like getting a collector, and it's addictive collecting artwork. It's addictive seeing new artists and seeing the whole space expand.
Yeah, and especially getting a sale. Like once that happens, then it's all bets are off.
And have you been like interactive on, say, Instagram or Behance, like prior to NFTs? Like, is there anything now that you don't really use as much because it's like NFTs doesn't really work well on that platform?
Um, well, yeah, this is another thing as well. Like I remember I started on Instagram because that's Twitter. Like I never had like big followings on Twitter whenever I used it for music or anything like that. So I went on Instagram and in the very beginning, like in March when it was happening, like I was getting a bunch of followers and I was like, wow, this is insane. Like I made as many followers as one of my music projects did in like 2 years, in
Wow.
like a month.
Wow.
Um, but then I started, seeing on Twitter people didn't like Instagram, and I guess there is like a reason for it, their algorithm again as well. Um, but for a while, I was just like, why is everybody hating on Instagram? I don't get it. But I don't know. It's tough to say because now Twitter kind of feels like that.
Do
A
you
little.
think?
Well, yeah, it just feels like everybody's disappeared, and again, that might just be because people are taking breaks, and all of the people who jumped in that were doing it not for the best reasons have kind of left. But it does feel a little bit more empty, which is
Hmm.
is, is tough.
I think it's because as well there's so many new like businesses starting out as well. I think a lot of people are just kind of like spending time on that. Like I know a ton of like marketing agencies now set up and their niches like NFTs. It's crazy how many like new jobs there's going to be in the next like 10 years, 5
I
years.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's insane.
It's interesting time that we live in.
Yeah, I love living in this time.
I
Like
do as well. Yeah. I
I
feel
used to
like
be.
we were waiting for this moment. Do you feel like that as well? That like your
Yeah.
whole life has revolved around this moment right now, waiting
Hmm.
for this technology to actually begin.
Yeah. I used to be, when I was playing music, I used to be one of those people that was like, I was born in the wrong year, decade, whatever. And now I'm like, no, I like being in the era that I'm in.
Wow, that's cool. That's a cool
'Cause-
quote.
Yeah.
I'm gonna use that. My marketing piece.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that. Yeah, that's really cool. And you still obviously do a lot of music then?
No, like I said, that's kind of taken. I did just get a drum set. I think that was after my
Oh,
sale. That was
yeah.
one of my purchases.
Oh, how much
Because
did that cost you?
I was trying to be frugal, so I got this little like kind of teenager little mini kit.
No way.
It was like, I don't know, $500 or something.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, that's really good.
And so that's been really fun. I've been doing drums, and then I'll do my random song here and there. I've always been kind of bad at finishing songs. And I
Yeah.
think like I think the biggest uh thing that I've done wrong in music and other stuff is the community aspect. Like I think if I got in with the right crowd, I would have been able to do more things. But and I think this is with the NFT community, I'm doing that a little bit better. So
Hmm.
that's exciting. But in
Wow.
the past, like I would just kind of stick to myself and make my music and not really interact with any kind of community.
We can't even do that in this community. You really have to build it
Yeah,
by talking to other people. And it's like, even if you're really like, and if you're like such an introvert, it's still nearly a little bit easier to talk to everyone, because or talk to someone new, because everyone is new. It feels like everyone is in the same situation.
mhm.
So therefore it like you know that you belong if
Yeah,
everyone feels the same way. Yeah.
yeah.
Cool. Yeah, no, we'll definitely keep in touch and see how it goes. But oh my God, you were really like a pleasure to talk to. Thank you so
Oh,
much.
thank you.